operators in Python. So very important thing that you have to understand. So as you are mathematics student, so you are aware of different types of operators. Okay. So but here you will be getting some new operators also in addition to those operators. So first let us discuss about arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators means what? Those operators which is used for arithmetical calculations are called arithmetic operators. For example, plus. So plus is used for addition, subtraction. Then this is symbol. This is for multiplication. Because in computer we cannot write this will be considered as x, so that should not be there for multiplication. So for multiplication we are using this, and then for this is for division. This is for division. Okay. And after that we have, this is called modulus operator. So what is the use of this modulus operator? Percentage sign. This percentage sign is used as modulus operator. It means that, and it returns what? It returns a remainder. Means, let me explode it. If you are, suppose you are writing 5 percentage 2, so it returns the remainder. It will be divided, 5 will be divided by 2, and what will be the remainder? That will be the value of 5 percentage 2. So if you are dividing 5 by 2, what will be the remainder? What should I write here? It should be 1. Okay. So if you are dividing this by suppose 4, what should I write here?
3.
3. Right. Now if you are dividing this, suppose 7, 8, what should I write here? Hmm? What will be the
7, sir.
remainder? 7. Understood? Any doubt in this? Anybody?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the remainder operator. So this is called remainder operator. So regarding these operators, I hope nobody will have any doubt. Nobody is having any doubt of that. Okay. So this was new, so that's why I explained this one. Okay. In addition to these, some other operators are there. Let me discuss this one first. So if you are doing 5 divided by 2, so what will be the value? If you are dividing
2.5.
2.5, right? Then if you are doing like this, so you got this one. If you are dividing 5 by 2, then you will be getting 2.5. So in addition to these arithmetical operators, we are having some other operators also. So this is called integer division. Integer division. So integer division means what? See, this is the this one, and here you see this one, double line. Okay. So this is called integer division. So what it means? It means that if you are dividing 5, 5 and then 2. So what will happen? Here you have got what? Here you have got 2.5. So if you are doing this 5 integer division 2, then what will be the value? This will give you only 2. Okay, because the fractional part will be discarded. The fractional part will be discarded. Okay, so if you are doing this, then you will be getting 5 integer division 2, then you will be getting 2 only, not 2.5. 2.5 you will get in simple division, but in this case you will be getting 2. Okay, let us check it. Let us check it. Here suppose you are doing print 5 divided by 2. So what you have got? 2.5. Print 5 then 2. What you have got? 2. Print 5 then 2. What you will get? Okay, so this is what, this is simple division. In mathematics we are doing that one. This is the integer division, which will discard the fractional part, and this will return the remainder when you are dividing a number by another number. What is the remainder that you will get? So I hope no problem to anybody till this point. Is there any problem to anybody?
No.
Okay, so next we have to see next
No, sir.
next operator, that is next operator is this one, that is called this one. So this is called exponent operator. So exponent operator will give you like this, x to the power y, like this. Okay, so if you are writing 5 this, so what you will get?
25.
5 square yani 25. Okay, so this is called exponent operator. Okay, so all these are from here to here, from here to here, all these are arithmetical operators. Okay, all of them are arithmetical operators. So no problem up to this point. Next we have to see,
Yes, sir.
next we have to see second type of operator, we have to see, that is called relational operators. So relational operators are used for checking the relationship between two values. What type of relationship? Whether they are equal, whether they are unequal, which one is bigger, which one is smaller, like that. So this type of relationship can be checked. Okay, so among them, this is the first operator. So this is called equal to operator. See, here I am giving you double equal to. This is not. This is called assignment operator. If you are writing single equal to sign, then it represents assignment operator. But if it is double equal to sign, then it becomes equal to sign. So it is used for checking, and it is used for assignment. Okay, so if you are writing, for example, x equal to 5, what it means? If you are writing x equal to 5, what it means? It means that the value of x is assigned as 5. Okay, so this is assignment operator. Sometimes you may be asked that what is the difference between these and these. So this is called assignment operator. It is used for assign a value to a variable, and this is used for checking whether they are equal or not. Got all of you? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so only one response I am
Yes,
getting.
sir.
What others are doing? So this is there. Equal to operator is used for checking whether, for example, suppose you are writing a equal to 5. So what we have done? We have assigned a value 5 to a, and again I am writing b equal to 5. And now suppose I am writing a equal to b. So what is this? A equal to b. What is this now?
Equal to.
It is, they are equal because both of them are having the same value. Okay, so it will give you true value because both of them are equal. Okay, then suppose you are writing b equal to 6. Now if you are writing a equal to b, so this time what you will get? A is 5, b is now 6. So are they equal? No. So this time you will get false. Understood all of you? Hmm?
Yes, Yes, sir. sir.
Okay, so see here, let us check that one. Suppose we are having a value a equal to 9 and b equal to 4, and now I am writing print a equal to b, a equal to b. So what we are getting here?
False.
False. So it will return all the relational operators. Not only this, all the relational operators what we will see here, all these relational operators when they are used in an expression, they are going to give you either true or false value. Okay, all these relational operators when they are used in an expression, they will return only true or false, right? Next another relational operator is this, equal to than not equal to. So not equal to, how to write not equal to? So not equal to is written as this, exclamation and then equal to sign. So this is called not equal, not equal to. So it is opposite of that one, not equal to sign. Okay, so if you are writing print 5 not equal to 4, what you will get? 5 not equal to 4, what you will get? Girls will tell.
True.
5 not equal to 4, yes, 5 is not equal to 4, that's why we will be getting true. But if you are writing here print 5 equal to 5, so what you will get this time? Sorry, 5, I'm writing here it is not equal to, so 5 is not equal to 5, so what you will get this time? False, because false. Okay, so always you will be getting either true or false. So another operator is less than. Then another, this is called less than, as it is in mathematics also. Then we are having greater than, so this is called greater than. Then we are having less than or equal to, it is called less than or equal to. Then we are having greater than or equal to, it is called greater than or equal, greater than or equal. So all of them are having the usual value. Okay, let us check quickly all of them. So if you are writing here print 5 is greater than or equal to 4, फटाफट बताओ what will be the value? 5 is greater than or equal to 4, what it will return?
True.
True, because one of them, one condition is fulfilled. 5 is greater than 4, so it is giving true. If you are writing print 5 is not equal to 5, 5 is not equal to 5, so what we will get this time?
False.
False. If you are writing print 6 is less than 9, what we will be getting?
True.
True, yes. If you are writing print 6 is less than or equal to 3, what we will be getting this time?
False.
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 Okay, so that is how these relational operators work. Okay, so we will be using these operators in our programs. Just now we have seen the demonstration why how these operators work, but later on we will be using these operators in our programs. Okay, then another operator, till now we discussed arithmetic operators and relational operators. Next in this line is, next operator is this one, assignment operator. Assignment operator. Okay, so assignment operator, as its name is there, it assigns value. Okay, So what different assignment operators are, that let us see. First, a simple one is this one. So if you are writing a equal to 5, it means that now a's value is 5. So a has been 5 has been assigned to a. 5 has been assigned to a. Okay, right. So this is that one. Here some operators, we can combine two operators, one operators along with the assignment operator, to make a shorthand assignment, that is called shorthand assignment operators. So what they are, by combining one operator or one arithmetical operators with assignment operator, we will be creating that one. So first one is C. First one I am writing plus is combined with equal to sign. When plus is combined with equal to sign, so this is, it works, it will be working like this. Suppose you are having a value like a equal to 5. Initial value is a equal to 5, and now if you are writing a equal to a plus equal to 2. Okay, if you are writing like this, a plus equal to 2, so what it means, it means that a equal to a plus 2. So if you are now, if you are printing print a, so what you will get here, what will be the value now printed here?
7 plus
7.
7.
7, yes. So understood all of you how it is working? Here you
Yes.
see it is updating the value, है ना? It is adding these two value and updating the variables value. Okay, so initial value of a was 5, and after that what we have done, we have written a plus equal to 2. It means that a equal to a plus 2. So the in the initial value of a, 2 will be added and the value variables will be updated. Okay, so if you are printing this, then you will be getting 7 here. Got? So like this, we can combine all other arithmetical operators with equal to sign to get the shorthand assignment operator. Okay, so we can have this minus equal to. So minus equal to works like this. If you are having a equal to 2 and you are doing a minus equal to a minus equal to 5, so it means that a equal to a minus 5. So if you are doing this print a, so what will happen now?
Minus 3.
Minus 3, we will be getting minus 3. Okay, so likewise all other assignment operators we can have this is there, so this will be a equal to a, we will be writing like this, this equal to, suppose I am writing 5. So it means that a equal to a into 5. So depending upon the value of a, initial value of a, the later on value will be there. So the final value of a will be 5 times a. Okay, then we can have division and then this. So it is written as a equal to a divided by 5. Then we can have this can be there, this. So this you can write a. So this means that here we have not written, so let me write here this, like this, like this. So this, so you can use it like this, a percentage equal to, suppose 2 you are writing, so it means that a equal to a percentage 2. Okay, so if you are writing, suppose let us do here, suppose we are having a value variable a and its initial value is suppose 7, and now you are writing a, then this equal to if you are writing 5. Okay, and now you are writing print a. So quickly all of you tell me what will be the value now.
2.
So let us check it. So we are getting. So I hope all of you have got the things. Okay. Okay. So this is how these sort and assignment operator. You can have this also. You can have this also. You can write this also. Uh, where should I write? You can write this also. Uh, uh, this equal to. So it will be used as a this equal to, suppose I am writing 2, so it means that a equal to a 2. Okay, so if you are right, if you want to check it, so you can write a equal to, suppose a equal to 4, and now you are doing a this equal to 2. Okay, and now you are writing print a. So accordingly we are getting. Okay, 1 minute, let me. Hello. हाँ हाँ, क्लास चल रहा है मेरा अभी. ठीक है ना. So I hope all of you have got this shorthand assignment operator. Is it okay to all of you? All the shorthand assignment
Yes, sir.
operator clear to you or not? Okay, till now who all have joined? Okay, okay, good. So shorthand assignment operators we have seen, and we have seen the relational operators, we have seen assignment operators, we have seen arithmetical operators. So next let us see this one, that is called that is called logical operators. So next we have to see logical operator. So in during Boolean logic, I told you that logical operators we will be discussing once again when we will start Python. So do you remember what different logical operators are? Tell me fast. What different? AND operator, OR operator, and another one is NOT operator. So these three logical operators are there. Okay, and how they works also, you know how these operator works. Okay, so if you are writing A and B, they are all the letters should be small, A and B. So A and B will give you true if both A and B are true. Is it clear to you? If you are writing
Yes.
A and B, so this will return true only if both of them are true. Otherwise, it will give you false. Otherwise, false. Okay. So this is the simple funda about A and B. So A and B will return true if both of them are true. Otherwise, it will return false. Then OR operators. So OR operator can be used like this, A or B. So it will give you true. It will give true. In what situation it will give true? In what situation
Sir,
it?
when A is true or B is false, or A is false or B
One
is
statement.
true.
You tell me only one statement. It will give you true if at least one of them, that is at least one of them, means A or we are talking about A or B. One of them is simple thing. A or B will give you true if at least one of them is true. Okay, for example, suppose now let us use it. How it will be used? For example, suppose you are having A equal to 9 and B equal to 3, 4. Okay. Now if you are writing this, print A is greater than B or B is not equal to 4. Now all of you guess it. What will be the value?
True
Let
or
us
false?
let us run. What will be the output? Only one output will be produced, well, either true or false. So what will be the value?
The true.
So true. So how it is working? Let me explain you here. So I have taken two variables, A and its value is 9 and B its value is 4. So what is the statement we have written? We have written like this: print A is greater than B or B is not equal to 4. Like this we have written. Now, so here you see this one and this one. Two operands are there for this operator. This is one operator. For this operator, we are having two operands, left operands and right operands, right? So, first of all, you calculate the left one. So, A is greater than B. So, A is 9 and B is 4. So, it is returning true. It is returning true. And now the right operand. So, what is the value of right operand? Kaushik Rai will tell. What is the value of right operand? Kaushik Rai, are you there? Anybody else?
False.
The
because
false.
because it is b is not equal to 4. It is telling b is not equal to 4, but we are having b equal to 4, so it is false. So ultimately our expression is like this: true or false. So what the statement we have written here? We have written here that it will give you true if at least one of them is true. So one of them is true. Here it is, we are having true, so ultimately we will be getting true. Understood how it is working?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so we can combine. Generally, these logical operators are used to create complex expression. One simple one expression we have created here. Okay, we have combined two different expressions, and we are getting their result as a whole. Okay, so this is how it is working. Then not operator, simply you know not operator. How does this not operator works? It invert. है ना? It gives true if suppose you are writing not A. So not A will give you true if A is false. It will give you false if A is true. Just invert. है ना? It just invert the value of the operand. If it is A, then it will give you, if it is true, then it will give you false. If it is false, then it will give you true, right? That, like that. Okay. So these are the logical operators. So logical operators we will be using for combining two or more expressions. Let us see one more example here. For example, suppose you are writing, suppose you are having value this A equal to suppose any value 34 and B equal to suppose 30. Now you are writing print, or simply you are writing x equal to uh, a plus b is greater than a plus b is greater than uh, 70 and and b is less than a. And now I am writing print x. Now tell me, what will be the value?
Sir, false.
Sir, false.
Let us see. False. Why it is false? Because here you see what is the left hand operand. Operand is this: a plus b is greater than 70, but a plus b is not greater than 70. That's why this is false. So this is false. So it will give you true only if both of them are true. Otherwise it will give you false. So here only we have got the false. So no need to check the value of this one. Where it doesn't matter what is the value of this, we are going to get what? We are going to get false, because here we have got false. So that's why we are getting false. Okay. So one thing here you have to keep in mind, that in case of logical AND operator, in what situation we need to evaluate the right operand. See, you are writing this A and B. So see, if it is true, then in that case, do we need to evaluate the right operand? If A value is true, now you have to tell me whether we need to evaluate this or not in order to calculate the value of this.
No, sir.
No.
Sir, because we need one of them is true, then resultant will be 1.
What is the operator here?
Sir, needed, sir.
Yes, it is required, because in case of AND operator, it will give you true only if both of them are true. So we have got here true. We have got here true, but again we have to check whether this is also true or not. Otherwise, now its value depend upon this one. So if it is true, then we will get true. If it is false, then we will get false. So we need to evaluate this also. Okay. Another question here. Now this, suppose we are writing like, again we are having same thing, A and B, and suppose this is false. In this situation you have to tell me whether we need to evaluate this or not,
No need, sir.
because already we have got here false. So if because one is false, so no need to check the other one. So we can say definitely that it is going to be false. No need to check the other, right? Okay. So that is the things you have to you can quickly evaluate the expressions. Okay. For example, again let us take another one, A or B. So if it is true, do we need to evaluate it?
No, sir.
No, because one of them is true. No need to evaluate. But if it is false, do we need to evaluate right one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, in this case we need to evaluate, because if suppose this is true, this is false, so now the value of this expression depend upon this one. So if it is true, then the result will be true. If it is false, then the result will be false. So you have to think like that also, whether we need to evaluate the right operands or not, depending upon the operators and expressions. Okay, so I hope up to this point no problem to anybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so till now till means we have discussed till logical operators today. Some more operators are there, so we will be talking about them tomorrow class, and we